Ambar Gupta, a gentleman who said that he's heard Zen as well as he owns Zen as well as Confluence. Right. Congratulations on Facebook. You are the final winner of a couple pass of One World Mini Music celebrating artistic plurality at the Tata Theatre on the 10th at 7 o'clock. Amazing seats. Rahul Sharma performing on stage. You're absolutely correct. The track I played for you, Namaste, was Rahul with Kenny G. Let's talk about Kenny now. Yeah, okay. Seattle, man. Seattle. Everybody talks about Seattle and grunge rock, man. That's Nirvana and Pearl Jam. And in the midst of the Nirvanas and the Pearl Jam stands Kenny G.
Kenny G and still standing tall.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny G, we played recently in Italy in a museum in Florence.
Wow.
That was an amazing place.
Was it at the Uffizi?
No. This is in Florence. The name escapes my mind right now. But we had such a wonderful time jamming together. And then going on the tracks and playing the tracks together. So when I met Kenny, it was like about 2 or 3 years ago when he came down for the first time to India to perform. And this was his very first time in India. And after the concert, I was attending his concert. After the concert, I just met him and I told him that I really enjoy your music and a huge fan and this and that. And in fact, some of my CDs were in the hotel room. Some of these hotels have
they do.
complimentary CDs and stuff. So he heard that and he told me, "Are you the guy from the CD?" And he says, "Are you the guy from that CD? Because I've been hearing that CD." I said, "Oh my God." Yeah. I said, "Yeah." So he says, "Wow, I love that." And I said, "I would love to work with you." And I'm just in fact, I was launching my second album with Clayderman 2 days after that.
Wow.
So I told him about it and he said, "I couldn't stay. I can't stay for that because I need to get back. But let's start a dialogue, and he gave me his email and he said, "Come on, let's just make some music together." It was as simple as that. And after the concert, we hung out for about an hour and a half, sitting in the lobby of Taj and discussing music. And there were no music companies, none of the music company CEOs involved in this. It was just musician to musician. That's how the album happened.
Wow. Okay, just bringing some off the mic conversation on the mic. I was just telling Rahul, and I'm glad I'm able to put him onto something good, that I saw this Martin Scorsese documentary on George Harrison called Living in the Material World. And there were snippets of an interview with Pandit Ravi Shankar and also a bit of Ustad Allah Rakha Sahab. But my question to him was, has Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji, played with the Beatles? And Rahul had this answer. You got to tell us.
Well, as a lot of y'all were fascinated by the Beatles and Rishi, you and me as well. So I had these photographs at home, which I saw of this huge jumbo jet with a fascinating Om written on it, and I see my dad wearing this cool 60s shirt and standing there, and George Harrison next to him, and a guy with a hat, and I asked him, "Who's this?" He said that was Peter Sellers. So these guys actually toured for 6 months, and of course Ravi ji, to whom the entire responsibility of taking all these musicians was, and he was the person who kind of spread the Indian classical music for the first time in the West. So my dad was also part of that group, and I believe they toured for 6 months. Each artist would come and play, and there were some pieces where they would play together. So I guess they had a whole lot of fun, which
God, there are stories that Panditji has, I'm sure, which he's not sharing with you. Robin Thicke with Pharrell Williams. We're going modern music's way. It's Blurred Lines. 9:40 in the morning. You have any questions for Rahul? It's one space, your question and name to 53650. Tag at the rate of HRISHIKAY tweet. Facebook.com/HRISHIKAY. Like the page and post. More conversation after this song. That scored some major brownie points on our top 50 countdown. I don't know if you heard that at the fag end of the year leading up into the new year. Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke at 9:44 in the morning. I would like to call him the Santoor Prince. Rahul Sharma's in studio. I've just put up more pictures of him on social networking, so you guys might really enjoy that one. Okay, more collaborations. I read that Zakir Saab and yourself have done quite a few performances together. We just talked about the Kenny G influence, the Clayderman influence. People you've just gotten on stage with, and there's great energy. It's all about that, isn't it? It's like meditation. Absolutely. It's like being in the present moment when you're on stage.
That's right. In fact, there are no rehearsals when we go on stage, especially for the classical bit. And it's okay, we have a particular raga in our mind. The framework is set. But then when we go on stage, everything is improvised. And it's not even like reading Western classical music where you're reading and playing.
Mm.
So with Indian classical music, really, you have to surrender and kind of think that, okay, please give me the power to do this today. Because on stage, you can never think that, okay, I'm going to step out today, I'm going to go on stage and you know what, I'm going to break a leg, I'm going to do this today. No, it doesn't happen that way. So especially with musicians like, for instance, like you said, Zakir Hussain, Ustad Zakir Hussain Saab, again, fascinating to watch him, kind of do so many things at a time. I mean, we were doing a tour in the US about 2 or 3 years ago, and we were doing 6 concerts in 7 days, and all over the East Coast, and 1 concert in California. So we would set out driving. It was just Zakir Bhai and me driving from one city to another, which would take about 4 or 5 hours. Reach there, go up, take a shower, go for the sound check, play the concert together, just discuss, okay, what are you playing today? Okay, this is what I'm playing. Finally get on stage, play the concert for 2 hours, have dinner, and the next morning we're on the move again. So we did this for about 6 days, and it was amazing to see because I was his navigator. I was kind of holding the map, and he was the guy who was doing all the work. He was driving and taking us around, and then he would change from his, his jeans and stuff on stage. Just looking at him, it was like, wow, how does this guy do it? I mean, you know. So artists like him, artists like Kenny G, artists like my dad, artists like Hari Ji, artists like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. I remember Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan coming to my house once and performing on my dad's birthday, which was such a special treat. And I had his CD called The Night Song, which he did with Michael Brooks.
Of course.
And that was one of my favorite CDs.
Amazing.
And, you know, people like him are just so amazing, and they come once in a lifetime, you know, all these artists. So,
speaking of real world, sorry to interrupt you, but you've performed at Peter Gabriel's festival, WOMAD,
right.
yeah? That must have been amazing. Which venue? Because now WOMAD is done in multiple locations, isn't it?
I performed at Reading.
Okay.
And in England, and a couple of other, in Bath as well, I think.
Bath is the home of real world records.
And they have an amazing studio. Amazing. We recorded an album there.
Wow.
And we met Peter after that, and it was simply amazing. It was called Sampradaya. And then I also did Music of the Himalayas for Real World.
Wow.
So I worked with them on 2 albums. So
and lovely studio in Bath.
Amazing studio in Bath. Amazing. And he lives right next to the studio. It's spread out in acres, and they have a beautiful waterfall flowing below the studio.
So you mean glass floor, and
there's
you can
a glass
see
floor.
under.
And certain parts of the studio, you see the
Jeez.
waterfall. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And what an artist would create for other artists.
Correct.
It's an example. Because you want to go there, get inspired. There are rooms, you can stay there, relax. And then whenever you're in the mood, go and jam and create an album. That's the way it has to be done, you know. So
beautiful. Okay, I'm going to play Dhol Lejhim now. That's from Deep India, the Rahul Sharma album with Deep Forest. A bit about the track, please. Yeah.
The track is very much the Maharashtra Lejhim folk. And of course, it's so popular here. And along with that, we have a lot of trance elements. The santoor is definitely a very trancey sound in it, and it's got some kick-ass beats happening. So
super.
Listen to that.
Okay, remember, One World, Many Music, celebrating artistic plurality. It's Rahul live in concert, 7 p.m. on Friday. Yeah, that's next Friday, exactly a week from now, Friday the 10th. You want to be there. Dhol Lejhim, when we come back, post messages, we're going to say bye-bye to Rahul Sharma. It's 9:48 in the morning. Rahul Sharma, it's so much fun. Thank you so much for making the trudge here.
Thank you, Rishi. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, and full power to you. Keep putting out the stuff that you're doing. And, I mean, it's fairly early to ask you this, considering you had it released in 2013. But what does this year hold for you in terms of albums and recordings?
Well, I'm always working on something or the other, so something will be coming out soon. But right now, as far as collaboration is concerned, I hope people continue to buy Deep Forest and enjoy that a little more until I come back with another collaboration. But definitely some albums coming up in the next in 2014. A couple of albums for sure.
And the album is called Deep India. All of you, it's available online in record stores. So all you got to do is I sampled some sounds for you here. So if that isn't enough, then what is? So go ahead and get yourself that. And remember, Rahul's at the Tara Theatre on Friday the 10th. It's a 7 p.m. performance. One World, Many Musics, celebrating artistic plurality. And tickets are available at the venue as well as online. Yeah. At Book My Show. So you can go there and you can get tickets to the concert. It's a beautiful place to, and it's a good theatre, isn't it?
It's one of the best theatres, and I really enjoy. Yeah, great acoustics, great audience, and nice atmosphere to play music over there. So looking forward to playing there on the 10th.
Take care of yourself and see you soon.
Thanks so much, Rishi.
I'm going to leave you with Train and Calling All Angels. Up ahead, the East India Comedy Boys with a unique brand of sit-down comedy, and Lara Datta presenting the Woman of the Year 2013. Don't go anywhere.